Red Edition, welcome, happy day. Gun control, people control, but gun control, it limits the rights of law-abiding people and does not reduce crime in any way, shape, or form. Those are the stats, and the stats are proven. They continue to be proven time and time again. If you want to reduce crime, guess what you got to do? Arrest criminals and punish them. It's a pretty simple concept. You know, reasonable people get it. Liberals, they're not reasonable anyway. They don't get it. They keep looking for an answer to a question that only they're asking or a belief that only they believe. Again, don't ever let a fact get in your way. Here's a company, or an organization rather, in Toronto, Canada, the Barbara Scheifer, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, clinic. It serves female victims of violence, and the Ontario Supreme Court now is looking for documentation to go back to court with regard to an appeal about the Gun Registry in Canada, because it's gone now, and the women that are pushing this within this society are saying you got to bring it back because the Charter of Rights says that women have the right to security and equality. You know, Ed Berlew, a very famous gun attorney in Canada, he needs to be addressed. In fact, I'm going to address this issue with Ed. I'm going to give him a call after this show, because you know what? If women, in fact, are denied their rights to security and equality, then maybe they should be, somebody should be suing the government, I guess, instead of about the Gun Registry. It should be for their right to defend their life. And they should have that right to carry a concealed weapon, a gun, not a weapon. The military has weapons, but sometimes it is if you're shooting at the wrong guy. Well, there's a story with that, but I won't bother you with it right now. But you get my point. I mean, that's what this should be about, is saving your life, being in a position to defend your life if you choose. You can't even legally do it in Canada in your own home, let alone in the street or in a parkade at midnight when you're a 140-pound woman, or pick your weight, and a 200-pound man high on drugs comes up to you with rape, pillage, and burn in his mind. Guess what? You need the equalizer. Goodbye, bad guy. And that should happen. Women are likely going to die because of this change in law, so says a spokesperson for the clinic. It's been over a year now, and nobody's died as a result of that. Again, don't let a fact get in your way. Hey, lady, the RCMP in Canada, they're now returning guns to the people in High River that they took away illegally. They kicked doors down, and they had a registry. The registry she's talking about, I think it still exists, so many of us do that. Think that rather, and the police used it in High River. We're of that view, at least. Again, a lot of viewpoints here, and now they're returning the guns, and they're saying, you know what, we're not even going to charge anybody. The police should be charged. I mean, it's break-in, entry, etc. There's a long list of things that they should be charged for. Maybe even stupidity. Add that to the list. T-shirts, the iconic white T-shirt. It's 100 years old. Hey, it's got nothing to do with nothing, but I just wanted you all to know that. It was born in 1913 when the United States Navy issued those shorts for soldiers to wear under their uniforms. Kind of cool. Hey, weird news here. I don't know what you'd put it under, not the stupid thief file, but maybe it's close. The U.S. State Department recently was found out that they spent $630,000 American dollars to get more Facebook time. They're buying fans in social media. That's not very ethical, is it? Certainly not very nice. But what do they do here? It's like buying votes, it's like counting votes, it's like stealing. It's fraudulent behavior. Will anybody lose their job? Will anybody be scolded out loud? Of course not. They'll probably get a check and a shirt. White shirt, T-shirt, 100-year-old shirt. Hey, just saying, Foxborough, Massachusetts, this is the stupid thief file. A man robbed a home, and after he filled his pickup truck full of television sets and stereos and tables and chairs and everything he could pretty much fit into the pickup, right? He drove away, went to drive away, and just about out of the yard, and he turned the wrong way, and he was on the soft grass, and it had rained. He got stuck. So what does he do? He phones the tow truck and says, hey, would you hurry up? I stole a bunch of stuff. I'm trying to get away now. And they came, the truck and a couple of guys, and they held him there till the police came. Who would have thunk it? Aurora. Here's a man that had a backpack full of sex toys. Okay, then. He caused a bomb scare at a local Wal-Mart store. The security guards in the store saw the man acting suspiciously, and they asked what was in your backpack, and he started to run away. Why would you do that, He bolted from the store, and they finally caught him, threw him on the ground, opened his bag, and they saw bags of, or bottles of liquid. Okay, and they brought a bomb-sniffing dog over, and the dog smelled that bag, and he alerted the officers to an explosive device. So the bomb squad was called, and it was a big deal, right? At the end of the day, it was just plain old fashioned sex toys, and he was released for those charges. I could use all kinds of little verbiage things there, but I'm not going to. I'll leave that up to you. Now, here's a brand new study that shows that heavy drinking, alcohol, causes the United States economy $220 billion a year. Holy, 72% of that is in lost workplace productivity. Wow, don't let old Commie get a hold of that. He and his comrades, they'll make it legal to only smoke pot. You can smoke dope, but you can't drink anymore because it costs too much money. Let me end today with a little story. A guy was standing on the street drinking a cup of coffee, and a couple of men walked beside him on the roadway or the roadside. One man dug a hole and about 3 feet deep, and then he moved on, and then the other man came along right behind him and he filled the hole in with the same dirt that he had removed from the hole, right? And this went on for a long time, and finally the man said, hold it, and he caught up to them and he said, what on earth is going on here? Why are you digging and why are you refilling? Well, we work for the government, we're just doing our job. But one of you is digging a hole and the other fills the hole in. You're not accomplishing anything. Aren't you wasting money, taxpayer money? You don't understand, mister. So said one of the diggers. He said, normally there's 3 of us, me, Elmer, and Leroy. I dig the hole, Elmer sticks in the tree, and Leroy here, he puts the dirt back. But you see, with the government cutbacks, they're not buying any more trees, so Elmer, he lost his job, so now it's just me and Leroy. Oh boy, that's an example of how government works out. Y'all come back tomorrow, we're going to have more for you from the right. See ya.